Good morning, dear students. Hope you all are fit and fine. So, in the last class, we discussed about the male reproductive system of humans. Today, we will discuss about the female reproductive system. So, the female reproductive system consists of the following components. What are those? A pair of ovaries, a pair of fallopian tubes, and these fallopian tubes are also known as oviducts. A uterus is also known as womb, and a vagina, that is also known as birth canal. So let us start with the ovary. Each ovary is almond shaped and present inside the abdominal cavity. So point to be noted here that ovaries are present inside the female body. But if you remember that testes are not present inside the human body, they are descending in the scrotum because they require temperature less than the body temperature for the process of spermatogenesis, means for the formation of sperms they require less than the body temperature. But ovaries are present inside the abdominal cavity. At the time of birth, each girl child already contains thousands of immature ova, and these ova start maturing only from the time of puberty, means after puberty these immature ova start maturing, but only one ovum is produced by one ovary in 1 month. Means if there are two ovaries, then each ovary release one ovum in alternate months. Each ovary release an ovum in alternate months. The release of an ovum from the ovary into the abdominal cavity is called ovulation. Ovulation is the process of release of ovum from the ovary. The process of release of ovum from the ovary is called as ovulation. So let us see the diagram of female reproductive system. This is the female reproductive system. These two are the ovaries. You can see here this one and this one. These are the ovaries. Now what are the functions of ovary? To produce and release ova, means these ovary release ovum. Ova is the plural. And second one is that to produce female reproductive hormones like estrogen and progesterone. These hormones are also released from the ovary. Next one we have fallopian tubes. These are the fallopian tubes. You can see here this is the fallopian tube. Fallopian tubes are also known as oviducts. This is the fallopian tube, and fallopian tube had some finger like projection. You can see here for example, this is the fallopian tube. So these have some finger like projection, and this is the ovary. This finger like projection is known as the fimbriae. And what are the functions of this fimbriae? When the ova is released from this ovary, when ovary released ova, then this fimbriae helps to trap the ovum into the fallopian tube. So let us see, there are two fallopian tubes. The end lying to the close to the ovary has finger like structures, as I told you, that is known as fimbriae. The two fallopian tubes unite to form an elastic bag like structure called uterus. Now let us see in this diagram. These two are the fallopian tubes, and these open into a bag like structure. This one is known as uterus. This is the uterine fundus, and this complete is known as uterus, and it is also known as womb. So now what are the functions of fallopian tube? Actually, it is the site of fertilization between the male and female gamete and formation of zygote, early embryo. Means the fertilization process occurs here in the fallopian tube. Always remember that this question asked many times in exam, that where the fertilization takes place in human body. So the fertilization takes place in the fallopian tube. Okay. So the inner another function is the inner lining of uterus is richly supplied with blood vessels. The inner lining of uterus, that is the inner lining, and you can see here this is the endometrium. This inner lining is richly supplied with the blood vessels, and it is known as endometrium. The narrow end of uterus is called cervix. After that, this uterus opens into the cervix. This is the cervix, and finally cervix opens into the vagina. So this narrow end is known as cervix. Now what are the functions of uterus? The embryo formed in the fallopian tube comes down and gets attached to the endometrium and develops for the next 9 months till the baby is delivered. Actually what happens when the fertilization takes place here, After the fertilization, zygote converts into embryo, means after repeated division, zygote converts into embryo, and embryo got implanted here, means here it is attached to the uterine wall, or you can say endometrium, for further development and for the 9 months till the baby is delivered. So the function of uterus, it provide the attachment of embryo to the uterine lining. Okay. Next one is the vagina. Now vagina, the uterus opens into vagina through the cervix. As I showed you in this diagram, this uterus opens into the vagina through cervix. So cervix is the pathway for the opening of uterus into vagina. The vagina is actually a muscular tube through which baby is delivered at the end of 9 months. Vagina is a tube from which the baby is delivered. Okay. It also serves as the canal for receiving the semen at the time of copulation. Semen is the liquid which contains sperms as well as the secretions of three glands, that are seminal vesicle, prostate glands, and bulbourethral gland. So the semen, the vagina is the canal which receives the semen at the time of copulation, means from the vagina the sperms enter into the female body. Now the process comes, that is the fertilization. When the semen is discharged into the vaginal tract during copulation, semen is discharged into the vagina. The sperms travel upwards. Now let us see here. From vagina the sperms are entered into the female reproductive system. Now these sperms go into this fallopian tube. If the ovum is present here, if ova is present here, then it will get fertilized and formed zygote. But in case if ova is not fertilized, then what will happen? The endometrial lining shed off in the form of menstruation. So for menstruation we will study further. Now the point here is that the sperms enter through this vagina and enters into the fallopian tube, where one sperm fuses with the ovum to form zygote. Now the zygote divides and redivides as it descends into the uterus, and embryo gets implanted in the endometrium. So what he wants to say here, that here the fertilization takes place, from here the sperm enters, and here fertilization takes place. After fertilization, embryo is formed here, and embryo descends in the uterus and implanted itself in the wall of uterus, and this process is known as implantation. The endometrium thickens so as to receive the embryo. The embryo gets nutrition from the mother's blood with the help of a special tissue called placenta. A special tissue is present in the uterus, that is known as placenta, and which actually provides nourishment to the developing embryo. So actually it is a disc-like structure embedded in the uterine wall. It contains finger-like villi on the embryo side, means embryo side it also contains villi, while on the mother's side blood spaces surround the villi. Villi actually provides a large surface area for glucose and oxygen to pass from the mother to the developing embryo. Villi helps to provide glucose and oxygen to the developing embryo, and on the other hand the waste to pass from embryo to mother through the placenta, means villi, these have two functions. This provide glucose and oxygen to the developing embryo, and in turn embryo release some waste from the to the placenta through mother. When the embryo starts resembling a human is formed, means when the embryo grows, and it is termed as fetus. Now fetus continues to develop inside the uterus for almost 9 months, after which the baby is delivered as a result of rhythmic contraction of uterine muscles. Means what happens when the baby develops completely in the uterus, then uterine walls start contracting and the baby is delivered out through the vagina. That's why vagina is also known as birth canal, because from the vagina birth of the baby takes place. Now our next topic is the menstruation. What is menstruation? Actually it is the loss of blood mucus along with the unfertilized ovum and the ruptured cells and tissues of the endometrium through the vagina of female. So as I told you, if from here the ovum is released. If sperms are not come, if sperms are not there, then there will be no fertilization and the egg remains unfertilized. So egg wait for the 14 days for the sperm. If the sperm doesn't come, then egg, and you can say unfertilized ovum along with the blood vessels of uterus goes out from the body of female. This process is known as menstruation. It is the loss of blood, mucus along with the unfertilized ovum and the ruptured cells and tissues of endometrium through the vagina of female. And actually it is a 28-day cycle which occur in every reproductive active female. After every 28 days menstruation will occur. The flow of blood continues for 2 to 8 days, depends upon the cycle. If the ovum does not get fertilized, as I told you, if the ovum does not get fertilized, then the endometrium starts slowing off and there is loss of blood and mucus etc. through the vagina. And if the ovum get fertilized, in case the ovum get fertilized, then the endometrium become more thick and spongy for nourishing the embryo, and hence menstruation does not occur. That's why here we are written unfertilized ovum. But if fertilization takes place, then menstruation will not occur, because now the lining of uterus, the lining of endometrium will provide nourishment to the developing embryo. A lady with the developing embryo in her womb is called as, is termed as pregnant. And the beginning of menstruation, these are two important terms, menarche and menopause. The beginning of menstruation at puberty is known as menarche, and the stoppage of menstruation when the woman is 45 to 55 years of age is called menopause. So these are the two important terms. So here we finishes about the female reproductive system, and you can say of course human reproduction. In the next video we will discuss about the reproductive health of human beings. Thank you.